This week on The Rock, we found out more about the dance gala, understand the importance of recycling through the Green Club, and learn more about Landon Blends.
13 strong, we are the rock. We'll make the show until we drop. We'll bring you music, we won't tell you lies. Please watch the rock or we will cry. It's made for students just like you. You're gonna wanna see what we do this week on The Rock. 3, 2, 1, we're live.
Welcome back to The Rock HS. I'm Braden.
And I'm Grace, and we have a great show lined up for you today.
In our first segment, we learn about Fidalgo Dance Works' annual fundraising event.
Mia Mortimer brings us the segment on the dance gala.
So each year, Fidalgo Dance Works hosts a gala fundraiser to raise money for scholarships and upcoming projects. And so what we are working on is what they call the competition pieces. And so each year they have around 6 to 8 dancers volunteer to choreograph a short dance in partnership with local businesses to help raise money for the studio.
The theme for this year's gala is Carnival. Our business this year is Red Salon. So we're working with 8 hairstylists from Red Salon to choreograph a 2-minute dance routine. For the last 4 weeks, we've come in every Sunday and we work on choreography.
I think the biggest challenge so far has been obviously teaching the choreography to our business because most of them haven't ever danced before, and so it's really difficult to teach someone who's never danced before a full 2-minute and 30-second routine.
We have to think about everything very thoroughly because we need to modify a lot of steps and do things differently than how we're used to doing them to make sure that people are able to do it. It's been really cool in week 1 when it's just me and Elena in the dance studio choreographing it versus now weeks 4 and 5 where we have all the dancers coming in and just getting to see it grow and become something much bigger.
Today is our second to last rehearsal.
Yeah.
We are finishing the dance today and we have the girls bringing their costumes in.
I think the coolest part is getting to see that final dress rehearsal where everybody has their costumes on and your vision is kind of coming together.
Today hopefully we'll get to see a bunch of the costumes all together and it's gonna kind of come together and create that magical.
Yeah. Right. And that's the first time that you really get to see it all come together because up until that point, you don't know. It's kind of like a guessing game. Is it gonna come together? Is it gonna work out? Is it gonna embody the vision that you kind of had for all of it? And so it's gonna be exciting.
It's so cool to see people of all ages working together to create fun dances for this event.
Speaking of cool people, our Green Club is making a tremendous effort to improve our school's recycling.
In this next segment, Dallas Moore teaches us how to recycle.
The recycling program started this year, and we started it because previously Anacortes High School did not have any recycling program. It used to be everything was just either in the recycling bins or in the trash. They just went straight to the trash. If everything just goes to the trash, it's just a lot of landfill and it's just a lot of waste when we could be reusing all these things. And AHS has a ton of paper that we don't end up using from a lot of homeworks, tests, and it would just be nice to use all of that paper for other things instead of chopping down a bunch of trees and not doing anything else with them. During every Monday meeting, we take around 10 to 15, sometimes 30 minutes, depending on how many people we have in the club that day. And we just go around to each classroom collecting the bins for their recycling. We collect them all inside the big gray bin you might see near the cafeteria, and then we take them out into the back where we have the huge recycling bins, and that's where they all go. Soon we're gonna start implementing some orange buckets into each and every classroom. And what those orange buckets are going to be for are specifically aluminum cans. So whereas people have been just recycling their cans inside the blue bins, that is usually for paper and plastic. But the orange buckets are only going to be for cans, so it'll make it easier for us and the janitors to separate the cans from the recycling. The janitors use the cans and collect them to make a sort of profit out of them. They have some special program for that, and it's just a lot easier if we have the orange buckets to separate the cans from the recycling, because when we're digging through, and we can't have them mixing up with each other, because one, our hands get super sticky, and two, it just means a lot more time separating recycling from trash.
This is why you don't put liquids in the recycling.
A lot of the times when we're going through the recycling, we find a lot of straws, food wrappers, aluminum cans, and our hope is with the orange buckets is that that'll eliminate things, the sort of confusion between where everything should go. The orange buckets are going to be for the aluminum cans, the recycling can be for plastic cups, plastic items, paper, cardboard, and the trash bin is going to be for everything else that is just trash. We have above each and every recycling bin, there should be a poster telling you what's okay to put inside the bin and what's not okay to put inside the bin.
If you are interested in getting community service hours, the Green Club Recycling Program provides up to 2 hours per month. Each meeting takes place every Monday after school in room 108 in Mr. Frostad's room.
That was very insightful.
Let's all do our part in helping the environment and know what to put in each bin.
In other news, we have an entrepreneur amongst our student body.
You might recognize him under the Friday Night Lights, but do you know about his side hustle?
Our last segment, made by Braden McElmoy and I, highlight a small business ran out of a garage.
Without further ado, here's Landon Blends.
What is he talking about? I need a cut. Might have to call Schaefer.
Yo, Schaefer, are you busy right now, gang?
Nah, I'm not busy. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a cut, bro.
You're not busy? Right now? Be there in 5, bruh. Say less.
I started messing around with my friends like over quarantine, buzz cuts, mullets, but like consistently, probably for about a year now, consistently. Whenever I used to watch YouTube, like random like recommended videos of like haircutting tutorials used to pop up, and so like I've just like been watching videos forever. And then like that quarantine phase, like I finally got to like mess around with it and stuff. And so just, you know, trial and error and watching videos. My first cut, I was on John Fritz, and it was during basketball season. I don't know if he lost a bet or if it was just like hurt. And it was just, you know, 2 guard all the way around, nice little buzz cut. And he's like, he remembered like, you know, me posting on my story or whatever from over quarantine. And he's like, yo, Schaefer, like, you know how to cut hair, right? And I'm like, kinda, like, I mean, like I can give him my best shot, you know? My clipper's plugged in over here, I had my YouTube tutorial running right here, and I'm just cutting, looking at the tutorial, pause, back and forth, and I'm just, you know, so it took forever, but that was like my first cut where I'm like, I mean, obviously it wasn't perfect, but I'm like, wow, like, I mean, I'm not that bad.
Landon Schaefer, best in Anacortes, best in the Valley. Highly recommend 10 out of 10.
Spin for him. Woo! Skin fade.
Really any like job hands-on, like say construction, cutting hair, like anything that's hands-on, you get like satisfaction, like I did that, you know, like I created that, like, and you know, there's good conversation that comes out of it, great friendships. I mean, you got all my boys coming in and out of my garage, just, you know, chopping it up, cutting for an hour or whatever, and it's just a good time. And then, you know, you get the satisfactory result after, you know, I feel proud after like a nice cut or whatever.
If you are in desperate need of a haircut, like my friend Braden over here, follow and message at landon.blends on Instagram to book your appointment.
Good to know.
This story was brought to us by a student. If you have any interesting stories you would like to share, reach out.
Well, that's all for our show today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to email us at therock@asd103.org or message us on Instagram at ASHTheRock. We'd love to hear your feedback. And with that, I'm Braden.
And I'm Grace, and from our rock to yours, have a great day, AHS.